Hey everybody, how's it going?
What's
Welcome to
going
the
on?
Wednesday Hangouts. It is Wednesday evening. It is Fantasy Cares time. It is Scott, Bob, Zach, and Rust, and Ian time.
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Well, I hit the button amid some discourse about the women's bracket.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were
I'm
about how
very
you
it's very frustrated that UConn and USC are
in the same region.
Yeah, the same region. So that I think they play it if they win, which they should, in like the Elite Eight, maybe. Like it's wild.
Yeah, it's wildly unfair, but I will watch the hell out of Beckers and Juju.
Oh, absolutely. Like it'll be a great game and it'll be like must watch, but man, it stinks that stinks that they've got to meet up there. Like that should be a finals matchup.
Ian has them facing each other. He has UConn winning that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Against Tennessee in the finals.
I think I have UConn going.
Tennessee's got a legit shot in both brackets too.
Yep.
I
100% agree.
Their women's team shoots threes like nobody's business too. I love that.
What's funny is the flip between the two. Like their women's team 3-point scoring team, and the men's team is
defense.
All defense.
Yeah.
First, as Ian told me the other night, first in defensive efficiency.
Yep. One of my buddies from college actually worked for Pat Summitt for a while when they were really good. He
for like 30 years.
Yeah, well,
30
I mean,
years.
he didn't work for her for 30 years, but he was there when they were like bull of the woods. So he like when Candace Parker was there, and like that, those were some teams.
Yeah. Yep. Oh man, it's gonna be a fun tournament. We got Texas Xavier on right now. Got a first 4 game going.
Yep.
Well, just in case, hold on. Where is the graph? Is the graphic on?
I wouldn't be shocked if Bob deleted it just because he hates people.
Wow.
Which one?
If you haven't yet gone to fantasycares.org/NCAA, you still have your chance tonight because
you do.
Tomorrow.
Please do.
Why would I delete
it? Oh, that beautiful picture of me.
Oh, it was all the way up.
What I love about
high enough.
If you look at the side of my beard there, it looks like it's lighter in a section. If you click off, that's actually white. That's the thing. It's still full. If you come see me up close, it's still full. It's just white. So
I love that's what Scott's worried about.
I mean, I thought this one was much better. I thought
I could not care less. Actually, my wife loves the white in my beard, but I've noticed in pictures it makes it look like
it's like my beard is not spotty. Everybody, my beard is full. It's just white hair. You just recognize that I have a full beard, okay?
Oh, I wouldn't care if I did.
Is that like the clear up here?
I wouldn't care if I didn't, but it's just white.
Well, and I do that too when I notice that when we're recording, sometimes it looks like I have a Fu Manchu.
Yeah,
but I definitely don't.
You got
because that part is dark.
Because I'm gray here and I'm gray here. Yeah,
you get the gray, the Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Which starts right here.
It's more of a weird thing I've noticed about myself on camera and in pictures. And I'm like, when I look in the mirror and I'm like, what? It's just white hair. Getting old is awesome.
It's something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, Ian is ready and willing to talk any bracket stuff people want to talk about because he is.
Yeah, I was.
How many hours?
See if I can find a bracket to pull up for us to look.
How many hours did you research? How many hours did you research teams just tonight?
Well, yesterday. Well, tonight.
Tonight.
I did the men's bracket. Yesterday I did the women's.
Yep, but
tonight I did 3 hours.
3 hours.
The whole 3 hours wasn't just that. I ate dinner.
While you were doing it.
I say, but you were researching while you were eating.
He was sitting right over here on our bay window, researching teams while eating dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's very similar. I don't know if you saw Cooter Doodle put out an article today where she went by like how cool the vibes of the mascots were, or the team logos, and she had a whole bunch of different ways you could approach it, but one of them was strictly vibes.
Strictly vibes.
Yeah, that's the way to do it anyway. It's gonna get busted anyway. Might as well just enjoy the vibes.
Yeah.
Speaking of, my son Malcolm, the 7-year-old who knows nothing about doesn't even watch basketball. Ian read off each matchup in funny names and voices, and Malcolm, the 7-year-old, picked games. You're going to compete against him in that fantasycares.org/NCAA bracket contest. And guess what team he actually had winning, just by names and mascots, names and like their what their team name is. I'll tell you, you'll never guess. Duke.
Blue Devils, baby.
The Devils. Yeah. Now, should I be worried about that? And also, not a bad pick. But
wait, Ian, what voice did you read Blue Devils in that he made it go so far?
I just said Duke Devils.
The Duke Devils?
Yep, I didn't add Blue Devils or anything. I just said Duke Devils.
See, but I think that helps because you get the alliteration. It's just nice and quick. Duke Devils.
Yeah, and for a 7-year-old, that sounds a little more fun, I guess.
Yep, I get it.
And he also had the beat in Florida in the championship.
Oh yeah, he got the Gators there too. So it seems like Mac has a ton of upsets, a lot of 15 seeds going farther than they should, but he's also got like a legit Final Four. I think it was like a 3, a 1, and a 2 seed or something. It was not even terrible.
3, 1, 1.
Yeah. I mean, Callan picked the Zips because he likes zip lines.
The Zips. Nice.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I don't even know who that is.
Akron Zips.
Oh.
What's their mascot? Like, what is a zip?
I don't know what a zip is.
I'm not standing up to show you, Russ.
It's a giant zipper. Their mascot is a giant zipper. That would be
it's literally a fly.
That'd be great. There's nothing better than a good old fashioned. What are you drinking tonight, Russ?
Just my Maker's Mark.
Gotcha. Just straight up Maker's Mark. That's good. Look at that.
It's a kangaroo.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks very similar to one, I would say.
Never would have guessed.
You don't have to talk now, but look for what are some of your favorite round 1 upsets.
I already got 2.
You already got 2?
Yes.
You don't even have to look it up? Well, you're looking at something.
Well, no.
Okay.
I already have my upsets, and I'm going to relook at the stats.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so while we wait on that, one thing I've noticed is I love the trading in the WNBA. Like, do you guys follow the WNBA? Ian and I do.
I do, yeah.
It is obnoxious. Like, these stars of stars get traded back and forth. Like, the bench is so shallow, so starters get traded all the time. And I don't know, like, financially, the money doesn't matter like it does in other sports where it's just giant contracts. And it feels like players are just all over. And it's borderline fun to watch a certain team like get like an all pro from another team in a trade for a first round pick and stuff. It
is, but it's interesting with the continuity because it's hard. Like, it's hard to be like, I like this team, and then all of a sudden,
that's absolutely true. Like, if Nafisa Collier got traded from the Lynx tomorrow, I'd be like, she was my favorite player on the team.
Yeah,
like, I totally get that. That does make sense.
That's got to be rough for buying jerseys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe that is what keeps that the market for
Yeah.
WNBA jerseys down. But gosh, I love the WNBA is fun. What's that? No, I'll fix that.
So I have a neighbor two houses up, and she has a huge Siberian Husky, and my dog Dexter was a rescue, and he doesn't like to go outside of the house. He was on the street for like the first 4 months of his life, and so he's really worried about not being home. But he will go up and visit that dog, and she and I will talk WNBA for hours while the dogs play.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I like that the Sparks went and got a guard, but I can't help to think to myself, like, they were terrible last year, and I know that Cameron Brink was injured most of the year, but if they had gotten the number 1 pick and gotten Beckers, they might win the next 2 or 3 years or be right in contention. They go from one of the worst 2 years in a row to just dang near contention. That's another thing I love is the potential parity in the league.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. I've said this so many times. It's unreal. I think it's more physical than the NBA. They play more physical than the NBA does.
It definitely has the 80s vibe, like the nasty, like they'll hit you coming across the lane, or it's fun. I would rather watch a WNBA than the NBA right now. Like I'm not at like the style of playing the NBA with the ISO and the the fire up threes, and it's fine, but that's not.
There's so much drive and dish to a corner too in the NBA right now. But women's soccer is 10 times as physical as men's. I think you can remove the word college. It feels like women's soccer is so much more physical. But we go to a lot of Minnesota Aurora games here, which is our professional women's soccer team.
Yep.
I've never even been to it. I went to one of our men's games. There was an overtime, awesome, last second goal thriller. That game was insane.
How do you guys have the attention span for so many sports? I can't handle more than one.
I don't know. It's fun, but we do watch a lot of women's sports in this house, and I actually should credit Ian with a little bit of that because he started watching women's sports in this house before I think any of them. He was watching Caitlin Clark her sophomore year or freshman year or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was my very first knee surgery. So this was like 14 or 15 years ago, was the night that UConn lost their undefeated streak.
Okay.
And so I ended up, I didn't have a remote. And so I ended up watching that game. It was like on repeat, like 3 times in a row. I was like,
oh man. Yeah. That one ran away, but since we're on the topic of sports, this came up the other day as we were watching something and fans were leaving the stadium early. And Ian and I have never left a game early. And it is an ingrained thing for me where I went to a Twins Mariners game, and it was like 9-2 or 11-2 or something. And my dad and I, we lived an hour from the cities, and so it's a long drive home. It's late at night. We go to the Twins game at the Metrodome, and it's like we're down 9 runs. We leave in the 6th or 7th inning. We're listening to WCCO radio on the way home, listening to Herb Carneal call that game as they come back and come back and come back and go to extra innings and win. And I'm like, and so it has been I don't know if it's good or bad, but we go to sporting events multiple times per year, and we do not leave because of that childhood issue with me where I missed that finale of that game.
That's so fun. I have a really similar experience, but it was Fenway, and they were playing the Mariners, and my best friend was a huge Griffey fan, and we were there with his mom, and it got late, but Tom Gordon was pitching for the Red Sox. He was throwing a no-hitter through 7 innings. And my friend Adam, his mom was like worried about the subway. And so we left. Griffey hit 2 home runs in the next 2 innings. And so we missed all of it. And I was like, so very, very similar. Like I'm there for the nitty gritty. I want to see it all.
Yeah.
But.
I was just putting up the same one, Russ. 100%.
Would it have happened if you stayed, or did it happen because you left?
It's that's
Just a little stitious.
Just a little stitious.
That's actually true. I've been to a lot. Griffey was my favorite player in the 90s. So that's when we would go up. Is when Seattle would come to town.
Yep.
I feel very lucky to have had we did not go to many games. Like both my parents were teachers. Like the budget was not there most of the time, and just we lived an hour and a half away, hour 50. Yeah, probably an hour and a half away with traffic and all that stuff. But my parents, my dad took me to see Griffey. He took me to see Jordan. You know what I mean? Like I got to see these players when they came to Minnesota, which I feel awesome about now as an adult.
Yeah.
I probably didn't respect it as much as I should have at the time. Going to those 1989 Pooh Richardson and Tyrone Corbin Minnesota Timberwolves games, but I got to see Jordan. I got to see,
Well, see, that's also the good thing about going to games about teams you don't necessarily care about. Where back when the Nets were in Jersey, we would go see the Nets, but we wouldn't go watch the Nets. We'd go to see whoever they were playing against.
Yeah.
Jets games are insanely cheaper than Giants games. And my dad's a Giants fan, but we still went to more Jets games than Giants games just because they were cheaper and they played. We got to see. I got to see prime Frank Gore play. Was that like?
I'm getting some weird background garble.
Frank Gore.
That's my life. That is Emmy going low.
No, not the alarm, but there's been like background garble as we've been talking.
Someone have a TV on?
I have a TV on, but it's on mute. We're watching Texas Xavier.
Yeah, no, I've been hearing that too. I thought it was your TV because I see the lights changing. I don't know.
No, it's been on mute. It's gone now. I don't know what it was. But speaking of Jets, if we're moving on, the new and I really enjoyed the first season. I remember name drop talking to Tom Everett Scott about the first season of Quarterback when it came out when we were at LA Live a couple of years ago. New season of Quarterback got announced today. Kirk Cousins, Joe Burrow, and Jared Goff.
I would rather watch mascots. Just saying.
So did you watch the Mascots show when it was on?
No, I didn't know there was one.
2 seasons of Mascots were there. 2 seasons? 2 seasons. Did you watch Mascots? There were 2 seasons of Mascots.
No, that was a whole different thing.
No, I know. It was like
that was in like 2012, and that was
it was like amateur mascots trying to make it into the bigs. One of them made it to is an NHL mascot now. But
that's pretty cool.
No, and they followed NBA mascots in that too. But yeah, I wish there would have been more seasons of that show. It was pretty good. But Ian and I were talking about that. Like if you had to pick a three, what would it be? And Ian's suggestion would be, what was your suggestion? One quarterback coming off injury, the Super Bowl losing quarterback, how they prepare and go chase after the next year.
And a quarterback who's just signed after free agency.
Oh, and a quarterback who just signed after free agency on a brand new team. That would be his pick for the 3 quarterbacks because you have to pick it well before the season into the offseason, So if you're starting the offseason, start it with, Super Bowl loser, player coming off injury, and a free agent signing. Which I think would be pretty interesting. We were talking, who would that be for last year? And he's like, Rodgers coming off injury. I'd watch the crap out of that. I don't like him, but I'd watch it. Brock Purdy, the Super Bowl losing quarterback. Free agent signing might still be Cousins. People liked season 1 of QB. They liked Cousins. Maybe it's Darnold. Maybe it's I don't know who it is. You know, a QB that was free agent that was, you know, pegged to be a starter. I'm not sure who it would have been, other than Darnold.
Yeah. I'm completely blanking on other free agent quarterbacks from last year.
Well, I mean, Kirk Cousins was like the only. Well, Winston, Rodgers, Minshew would be an incredible 3. Yeah, Chad, tell us your 3. That would be an incredible 3, Jeremy. That is great. It doesn't have to fall in line with what my son said. I just thought that was he thought that up. I'm like, that is an interesting way to frame the show. No,
I love the idea of Joe Burrow there. I might actually watch it with Joe Burrow there.
I love that. Like insiders up here have said that the answer to Rodgers was no, like days upon days ago, like a week ago.
But it's his camp.
Yeah, but his camp pushed that out, like kept pushing like it was an actual thing. I've like you've seen me in chats. I've said since day one, this is clickbait. Yep. It's people making up stories, people with bad sources, and people who just want to talk. It was never a serious thing.
Rodgers has so much Kurt Schilling in him to me. I don't know if you remember, like they used to call Schilling red light because he was always in front of the camera with the red light on, like he wanted to be taught. Like Rodgers is the exact same. Like he's always got to be the center of attention. I'm glad to hear you say that the insiders there are saying nah, because
in fact, Paul brings up PA was a little more vocal about it today, stating he has sources that are unimpeachable. And I know he's good friends with like Kevin O'Connell and stuff. My sources are unimpeachable. This was never an issue. This was Rodgers is known for days. They
did just sign Rondale Moore, I think I saw though.
I know. Well, we haven't re-signed we didn't re-sign Brandon Powell, who was our returner, and Ty Chandler was our other returner, and I think we haven't re-signed him either. So I think I know Moore's coming off injury, but I'm pretty sure that's what we're looking at as a returner.
I think they're just they're going off my my rookie rankings. That's what they're doing.
They're going off your rankings.
Yeah. My rookie, like my pre-draft rookie rankings from back in that. You got Jefferson, you got Addison. Now you got Rondale Moore. Like that's like
3 of his top 5.
Yeah.
Here's my favorite thing about the Rondale Moore signing. It totally plays into the played well against the team, so the coach wanted to get them because like his first ever giant game was against the Vikings.
The deep ball down the sideline.
Every time he plays against the Vikings, he does well. And if you can't beat him, go get him and have him join you.
Where did Rondale Moore go to college?
I don't know. I don't remember.
It was Purdue, right? Oh, it was Bateman. It was Bateman that was in Minnesota.
Bateman's a gopher.
Yeah. I knew someone from that draft.
I think like I would have liked us getting Bateman, but I think the guy I wanted most that was a gopher. Like I was so mad when we didn't draft him because we had 2 chances to was Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yeah,
I'm like now he's one of the top paid safeties in the state in the league. I wanted him so bad. What are you gonna do? We could have used him.
Complain about it.
Yeah, I'll complain about it. That's for sure.
So what's on the list, Scott?
What's on the list? I don't have a whole lot on the list tonight. I did have some data nerdy stuff about the $1 Safe Leagues orphans because it's like I'm entrenched in that in work right now. And there was that one guy who bought up like 50 of them and won like $2,000.
Yeah.
So this week I did a deep dive on does that happen often? And I saw that the $1 giveaway orphans, the ones with weekly high scores, 49.6% of the time a person who picks up a $1 orphan wins a weekly high score and wins money. So it's a coin flip to win money. 4% of the people who picked up those $1 teams won their league for hundreds upon hundreds of dollars, and 16% got top 3. And overall, you have a 27.6% chance to win money. So, like, I thought to myself, I wonder if that guy, I'm sure he's good. But maybe he just figured out at volume, 1 out of every 4 of these is going to win money and pay for the other 3 that don't. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
and then if you hit one of the 4%ers, that's great.
Then you've paid for them all. Yeah. So I was like I would never recommend, unless there's a group of people, together, because it's a lot of management, but I would never recommend it. But it feels like he either did the math or just mindlessly stumbled upon something that feels like it's just going to work out every year. Like you have a 1 in 4 chance of paying for the other 3 teams, and then if you hit one of those, you're up. It's a lot of work, though.
I want to believe he mathed it and was like, okay, I can do, like it's not just a random.
Here's what I actually love about that guy, though, is that he had one $100 team sell for $800 after he gave it up. That's what I love about it, is that he turns the team back into a normal team instead of a $1 nobody wants it team.
Yeah.
So Greggles is on the clock at the 7:06. There is Tyrone Tracy, Juba Hubbard, Joe Mixon, Zay Flowers, Jalen Waddle, DK Metcalf, and George Pickens. Who we taking? I'm taking Waddle.
I'd say I knew who you were taking.
I'm taking Waddle or Flowers.
Yeah, I was just saying. To me, it's between those 2 wide receivers. I know Mixon is probably going to score more this year, but
that's where I'm going.
I'm assuming this is, but I'm assuming
it's
dynasty.
Yeah, it is.
So, if it's redraft, I'm probably still taking Mixon, but if it's dynasty, it's probably honestly Flowers, but I'm fine with your Waddle call.
I just like Waddle more than I like Flowers, but Flowers might be the better choice, especially with all the talk about Andrews not being back.
Yeah. The chat was pretty strong early on Mixon.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's I wonder if it's like a underdog best ball, because then I feel like it's Mixon.
It could be a best ball.
I think. Well, no. So I think it's Greg. I think it's a Blue Sky Dynasty on Sleeper, because I saw that.
Is it okay? He's got a Blue Sky one. And then he's. I don't know if I'm supposed to say, so I won't say. But
it's a super secret league that we're not allowed to know about.
I don't think it's super secret, but you know me, I don't know if it's something I'm supposed to talk about. It was something he was thinking, or something he was going to do this summer. So
yeah. But no, this one was one that, and I think he may have even started 2, because I saw Carl Safchuk get into one, and then he was like, do you ask me if I wanted to play? And I was like, I do, but I don't. I'm a platform snob.
I need to know the rest of his team, because you know how even in Dynasty, I feel like you should be playing for the next 2 years anyway now. The 3-year window is even old school now.
But it's so weird. Like, we talked about this a couple weeks ago on the Dummies, and it was sparked with a conversation with Toronto Dave and him talking about value, and it was hard to trade for value and sustain value and then win. And I said, well, it is, because so many people now are playing for points early. That's it. It's gotten really redrafty. Yep. And so to me, it's almost, and I've done this, Russ, I know you know this, because I the last couple of startups I've been in were with you, but I've really leaned into the points, and not necessarily early, but once I establish my core, I'm breaking ties toward the points because winning is good. It's like better than losing.
Yep, it is.
That was a Bull Durham.
Yep.
The NCAA contest that we're currently doing, fancycares.org/NCAA. I don't even know what we're going to do after this. We don't really have anything coming up for like a month for contests or anything. But we are $114 away from last year. So we're so close.
Let's go.
To raising what we did last year with the NCAA contest. Feels like I should, post it on some social medias or Fancy Cares should, or
I did, and like 3 people saw it. So
maybe
yeah,
those 3 people jumped in. So if you're in the chat and you know people who want to play, you should email them right now or text them or whatever. fancycares.org/NCAA. Yes.
Talk to each other these days.
What was that?
Said however the kids talk to each other these days.
I found out something new today. What was it called? Team Snap or something like that?
Sure.
Is a way that the parents communicate for practices and stuff.
Yep. There's actually, wait till you have lots of sports, because I think I have 4 kids sports apps where the parents talk.
Oh man.
I have Team Snap, I have Game Changers, I have Sports Engine, there's one more, I'm not going to find it in time, but I think I have 4 apps where the parents of the sport you're in communicate.
Well, I found out you only get the invite for the email address that you sign the kid up with. So I just keep putting my wife's down.
Every once in a while, like Ian's last basketball season, I love when one parent is like, I don't want another app. Let's get on a group text. So I'm like, I'm much better with that. Thank you.
Yeah, can we get all these sports teams on MFL? So no.
Yeah. Do you want to join the Discord?
Oh, there's so many things. Ian's into the game. Did you come over because you wanted to talk sleeper teams you thought would win?
Yeah, sure.
Well,
why not?
I definitely I wanted to run Emmy's sleeper team by you.
Ooh, you can.
Yeah.
Emmy picked the women's bracket, and I was very proud of her.
Yeah.
She represented Kenneth Hill Jr. and took TCU to go to the Final Four.
I don't have TCU going to the Final Four.
I mean, but look at that logo. That logo puts you there.
I don't know.
Ian's not buying it.
No? I mean, I feel
I'm
like
not really a purple guy.
I feel like I need to bring the logo onto the screen. I can't have this. This is not, it's unacceptable. Oh man. How can you not like the Horned Frogs?
It's a good name, but
Max Dugan. Who is there?
Kenny Hill. It's Kenny Hill. She represented Kenny Hill, Scott. It's too big for me to put on the screen. That's too bad. Oh well. Let's see if we can do it this way. Yes, we can. And everyone's watching Texas right now, right?
yeah. That's what we're watching.
Xavier, Texas. All right, so Ian, who you got for sleeper teams?
This is a great logo.
You want to tell us some of your sleepers?
I have 2 sleepers. One of them, I'm not so sure about them winning their first round matchup, but I just like them as a sleeper. My first team, though, I think has a great shot I have them going all the way to the Sweet 16.
I love how he builds it up, but won't tell you the team until he's giving you the
It's a pro tease. It's nice.
And they're 13 seed. It's Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon. They have the WAC Player of the Year, the WAC Defensive Player of the Year, and the WAC Coach of the Year.
Nice.
Yeah, they're forcing 22.26 turnovers a game.
That's a lot of turnovers.
It really is. They're second in field goal percentage. I forgot the number, but they're second field goal percentage. And they also average 13 steals a game.
It feels like a lot of transition baskets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Scott, I'll have you go back to trivia night on Monday, and I may have mentioned. I've been the only one who mentioned Grand Canyon.
I do remember you mentioned Grand Canyon. I'm going to text Joey. I forget if he's doing garage trivia night. Who's your second sleeper? Or did you have more on them?
No, not really. I also have that they scored 77.2 points per game.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. My other team, I don't have them even winning their first round matchup.
Well, how's it a sleeper then?
Yeah. That doesn't count.
All right. I'll pick the other team then.
No, go for it.
No, I'm picking the other team.
Okay.
The other team is a 14 seed.
Okay.
Woo-hoo.
FGCU, Florida Gulf Coast. Their defense is insane. They average like 53.2 points per game and
Allowed.
Yeah. They allow 53.2 points per game. I forgot how many steals per game it was. Maybe it was turnovers.
I like that you remembered the 52.2 or whatever. You forgot.
I don't know how, but
that's like me.
I'm just disappointed that Harvard didn't win their conference tournament this year. They're usually my sleeper. They're good for like 2 rounds every year, but I'm not so sold on Yale. I don't know.
Emmy took Harvard in the women's bracket.
Yeah. But that was always like my lock. Like the sleeper was Harvard. Occasionally Princeton. I mean, it's the Ivy League sleeper, but
that's fun. That's fun. Does it work out for you often? Do you think?
Yeah, I mean they're usually good for at least a first round win, and then often second. And I started like, I was living on the Harvard campus when Jeremy Lin was there, and so yeah, and so like from there I was just like, okay, I'm hooked. But
nice. Do you have any teams that you think are going to go farther than they should based on their?
I don't even know if this counts, but I have a 6 seed going to the Final Four. I don't think that's that surprising, is it?
I mean, it is. Hey, 6 seeds usually don't make it to the Final Four. Like I suppose Villanova was a 6 seed when they won it, right? That's probably I saw a 6 seed.
What was Arizona when they were
No, I think Arizona was a 3 when they got there.
Okay.
2 or 3. That's annoying. We might be thinking about a different Arizona team, a different year, but they had that big like power forward guy that the Timberwolves drafted, and then he did nothing.
I'm thinking of Miles Simon. I'm thinking in 1999.
Oh, okay. Villanova was an 8, they said.
Yeah, that's Joey said that.
Villanova. I was trying to remember if it was 6 or 8 in my head, which is I went with the wrong one. Joey, not present for garage trivia tonight, so I'm going to take the my computer out of the garage, and then I'm going to ask random questions for a while. So
it's a funny statistic. The number 11 seed has reached the Final Four more times than the 6, 7, 9, and 10 seeds since 1985. Yeah, since they expanded to 64.
The 11 and 12 always seem to be the 2 seeds. You want to pick at least 1 or 2 to upset.
Yep.
Like every year, you always want to take at least 1, if not 2, 11s and 12s.
For me, it's
and one of them's playing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last I saw, Texas was kind of steamrolling. What's the score right now? Do you know? Like it must be at half because they're showing
it's halftime. Hey, Russ.
Hey. Sorry, I had to run upstairs for a sec.
It really makes me feel old because I remember Durant at Texas in the tournament when he was a freshman, and Durant is now 145 years old in the NBA. So it's.
I remember Eric Montross and Chris Webber battling.
Well,
sure.
Yeah, so I was just watching today I don't know if you've seen it yet, but there's a documentary, the We Beat the Dream Team. And it was Weber and Bobby Hurley and Grant Hill and Allen Houston and they had the scrimmage. But like I'm watching all those guys. Like Bobby Hurley's my favorite player all time, like college player. He had 1,072 career assists. Like that's my guy. I'm an assist guy. That's my guy.
Yep.
But like watching that, and it was just like flashback to like those are all the players, like the Fab Five with Michigan, where you had Rose and Weber and King and Howard and and then like Duke had Hill and Hurley and Leitner, and like it was just that was the Mashburn year too. I think Mashburn was on the We Beat the Dream team, that little college all-star team too. Yeah, well, because it was the Leitner shot was against Kentucky.
Yep.
Mashburn hit the shot in the lane off the backboard to go ahead, and then
Yep.
But
I was a Kentucky fan then. Had a Kentucky hat. That's probably how Ryan McDowell and I became friends.
The Walker Wiggle.
And my brother was a Duke fan, and we watched that game together live, which was
nice.
I got to see a couple of years later. I got to see Kentucky in the Elite Eight against Marquette. I was watching Deemer. Travis Deemer was their point guard then, and then they had this 2-guard that nobody really was talking about named Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
It is funny to think that
he went,
that tournament, Deemer was the guy, and Dwayne Wade was like the second guy.
But Wade played awesome in that tournament.
Oh, he did, and I think that tournament is what made him the guy. And but Deemer was the draw for that Marquette team.
You know what play sticks out in my head is UCLA, Tyus Edney, coast to coast.
Yep.
Sure, coast to coast. Yep, the Edney coast to coast. Man, people our age are just like, yep.
Yep. I know where I was.
See, I went to the Final Four in '99. My uncle knew I was a big Duke fan, and that was Duke, Michigan State, Ohio State, and UConn won the Final Four that year. But that was like Scooney Penn and Michael Redd at Ohio State. It was Mateen Cleaves and Morris Peterson. It was Khalid El-Amin, Rip Hamilton, Jake Voskuhl, and
Khalid El-Amin, St. Paul Polars. St. Paul Polars, baby. Minnesota North, or St. Paul North, Minneapolis North Polars.
He was so funny because he was so wide, and you look at him, you're like, there's no way. And then he's just like, bang, bang, and goes by. And it's like, how does that happen? But Rip Hamilton hit probably the biggest shot I've ever seen taken live, where he like got a steal, and it was probably 4 minutes left in the game, and he pulled up 1-on-3 on a fast break for 3 and just banged it. Like I was cheering because I was excited that he took it, because it was not a good shot, and he just banged. And I'm like, oh no. But
I love your story in that it brings up Khalid Al-Amin, because how did a 5'8", 250-pound guy play point guard the way he did and make it to the NBA?
Yeah.
and fail out real quick. But
but it's still like you get there, like that's incredible.
Like he did not look like a guy that would ever make, but he was shifty.
Yeah.
Russ, I almost need to look up a picture to show Russ. He was short and stout, like a teacup.
Yeah, no, he looked like he looked more like a running back than a basketball player.
Yeah, like a fullback.
Yeah,
I mean, Maurice Jones-Drew. And Mateen Cleaves. I mean, he looked older than my father, I believe.
Yes. Those Michigan State teams, those Izzo Michigan State teams were scary.
I want to see some birth certificates from some of those players back then. There was no internet. No.
Oh my God, I need to hang out with old people more. I love this. Oh man.
Somewhere up.
Well, I'll make a joke how Evan Eschenmeyer played at Northwestern for 15 years, and people get it because I think he played. I think it was 7 years because of injuries and like red shirts and all that stuff, something like that. But man, those are a lot of good memories with the tournament. I think the tournament is something everybody rallies around. Men get their vasectomies for it, so they can sit
around.
I think it was last year. Was it last year or the year before? I considered just saying Ian from school, like to hang out and watch the tournament with him.
That was last
2 years ago. Last year. This year you're going to school.
Not happening this year.
When I was in college, the baseball coach was also like a huge basketball guy, and he would write me notes to get me out of class, like I was doing treatment. And I would go to his office and we watch the final, like we watched the tournament. Like it was just like all day.
Well, when we were kids, they would throw the tournament on TVs when we were in class and stuff. Yeah. And they always did that for Minnesota high school hockey. I mean, I think we talked about that last week. That is like it is an event. Yeah. Like they will broadcast the crap out of that. If you're at a school that is in the tournament, you basically have days off.
Yeah. See, and that's the basketball tournament in Maine, like the Maine high school basketball tournament. And you wouldn't think so, but like if you had the tournament schedule, you could just clean out towns because everybody from town goes to either Bangor or Portland, and like. I played my senior year. I played in front of, it was like 10,000 people at the Bangor Auditorium. Like we filled it, and then they turned people away because they sold out. Wow. It was wild. Wow. But the new arenas they have aren't as big. Like this was one of the old, like it was almost like an X. So like it went up and you had bleachers and then it went up into the stadium seating.
Okay.
And if you were at the top of the stadium seating, you couldn't look across the arena at the other side of the stadium because the roof came down, but you could see the court. That place was hopping. That was wild. That was so much. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. But
I would too, man. That's incredible. That would be like electric.
Yeah. Oh, it was like you run out and at that point everybody had like bands, and so like you'd run out and our band would be playing the school fight song with Hail Alma Mater, and like you come out and our whole side would be maroon and gray just all the way up, and then the other team would be like red, white, and blue all the way up, and it's just it was wild.
That's awesome. Jeremy Harder is saying they don't let us do that anymore. We got to be sneaky now. Jeremy Harder is a teacher in Minnesota. So he's commenting on you got to be sneaky about the TV thing.
Appreciate that you are being sneaky though, Jeremy.
Yes, I appreciate. I do. I honestly do. Like teachers like that. Jeremy was up for. Jeremy, what were you up for? Put in the chat. Teacher of the Year, Minnesota Teacher of the Year, or like he's up for a Teacher of the Year award. So
nice.
Yeah. He had a thing that I think I retweeted it, but I could not vote for him because I do not have Facebook. I've never had a Facebook, and I still probably never will. And it forced me to, and I'm like, nope, I'm sorry, I can't jump on Facebook. But Joey is here. Joey, and I'm gonna say this before like it goes too long. When you need to leave, say bye, guys, gotta go, and just go. We don't care. It's all good. You don't need to stay on an hour past when you wanted to leave.
Oh, I want to be here all night with you guys. That's the problem. Is I get in here and I'm like, I don't want to leave.
The riveting discussion we've had all night so far. Ian is playing
basketball. Yeah, I'm talking 90s and early 2000s NCAA tournaments.
Yep.
I remember telling my bosses every year, like, I need a Thursday and Friday off. And I would take them off and I would go sit at a sports bar all day with my paper bracket.
We had I played in a men's basketball league when I was like 16, and I would skip school. They all skip work. They would play basketball and then go next door to the bar called the Winnett Circle and watch the games all day long. Literally play basketball and then drink. I thought they were the greatest thing ever.
Ooh, that would be that'd be fun. Oh shit! I was gonna say something, but I forgot what it was.
I feel like I'm a ghost. Did I die?
Is there?
You have that stream going over your shoulders somehow.
It's like Patrick Swayze in Ghost.
You're fading away into the background.
Who's going to be my Oda Brown? Am I going to get that reference?
It's just gas. It's just gas.
I feel like you're more like, Tim. What's his name? Not Tim Wright. It's something. The other guy, the comedian that plays the other dead guy on the train that teaches him how to hit the can. God, what was his name?
Stephen Wright?
Stephen Wright. Is it Stephen Wright? Yeah.
Oh,
you're more like Stephen Wright than
Swayze. Thank you. I don't know. I think I got big ears. I think I got some Swayze in me. You ever see the ears on Patrick Swayze? Massive ears. Massive. Frank had a question, and you put it up.
Way to be mean to the dead, but yeah.
Joey, do we have some baseball garage trivia for next week? Opening day is upon us. Yes, we will have baseball garage trivia.
Opening day, the Dodgers played yesterday morning. The Dodgers played. The first game of the season's already happened, guys.
Really?
Man,
the second game was this morning
in Japan.
That Ohtani home run was imagine just like that atmosphere.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I finally got my son to go see it. We talked about me going to see Griffey and Jordan and stuff as a kid. I've also made sure that he's seen Luka, he's seen Wemby, we went to see Ohtani last year.
Nice.
Making sure we're making sure to make some memories.
Did you get to see Jordan?
I did. Yeah, multiple times.
Too.
Yeah.
So I only got to see him play baseball. I saw him.
That's cool though.
I saw him in spring training in Sarasota. Ed Smith Field. But
not only did I get to see Jordan in Minnesota, I got to see Jordan in Chicago and have the entrance. So I feel like I did get all of the fronts of it.
That's a good trivia question. What's the name of that song?
Sirius by the Alan Parsons Project.
Ooh, beautiful. Yeah, that is correct.
Sorry, Chad. I don't mean to do that. Like,
if we were playing trivia, you would have got 1,000 points.
So, I would have. I don't even know if Zach knows that I signed him up for a trivia night.
You did, the 21st of April.
Oh, okay, he did.
Joey asked me if I signed up for it, and I was like, I guess.
No,
which one?
I said it'd be a perfect. It's for the draft week. Yeah.
Yes. No, I wanted. I think I got Jeff Bell on with us. I need my dynasty guys on there for that, so that's perfect.
Nice.
I
have
multiple I want to sign up for, Joey.
Sign up. Like, you've kind of got the free pass, Scott. Like,
I'll let you feel it, and I'll just jump on some of these then.
Yeah. We built a whole new platform for you to jump on with us last week, and you didn't do it. So That's all right, Scott. Well, you're learning.
Actually, I made 2 of them. They can do like that or like this.
The science project was pretty awesome, though, wasn't it, Ian?
It was really easy too.
Really easy. He's an ace. What are you gonna do?
We can actually test it out once Joey gets.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. I'm sorry, guys. I want to get the pin and everything.
I mean, because it's either going to be something down the side or be down the bottom.
So this is the thing about trying to schedule a game to go see Ohtani. Like now, like originally we wanted to try to see him pitch. That's so much tougher to try to figure out and get tickets for than just.
Well, and like you have to get closer to try to hit the rotation.
Yeah, I will say the Dodgers Twins game we went to, even though the Twins lost, they hit back to back homers in like the 8th. Even though they lost, I'm like, that's kind of fun to see too.
Cool. All right, everyone, get in. Baseball Garage Trivia. Yeah, scan that QR code, hop in there. Scott texted me. I'm just gonna peek. I love pulling the curtain back, and he's like, "Garage Trivia?" ? And I said, "Give me 8 minutes, and I will come up with 5 questions." So I literally did, and I said to myself, what trivia will we have tonight? And Furby was the first word to enter my head. So we have Furby trivia tonight. 5 questions of Furby Garage Trivia.
Furby trivia?
Yeah, there might be a Furby in this garage. I don't know.
That's
so we have
terrifying.
Furby trivia.
I don't know what you're doing. You duct taping something? Why does he have the duct tape? Why does he even have duct tape?
Why does he have duct tape?
Oh, actually, guys, we're going to give something away on the show tonight.
Oh, yeah?
We can give something away.
Joe Bryant won trivia last night, and he felt really bad because he won. And I was like, well, you were supposed to get a prize. Well, the second place person has also won a prize on our show. And guess what? Third place, they've also won a prize. So we are going to do a random wheel and give away a Football Guys hat tonight.
Nice.
Ooh.
Just like that.
Thank you, Football Guys.
For Garage Trivia. Yeah.
Can my name be on it?
Oh, wait, no. Is it a... Yeah, it is a hat. It's a hat. It's a hat.
Bob's showing off his little
that was a Furby, right?
Yep.
That is a Furby. I think I have a picture of that Furby in the game, as a matter of fact, Bob.
Well, that was part of the retro.
It looks a little gizmo-y, but it is a Furby.
There's
Like,
not a trivia question about this in Furby trivia, but has everybody here seen Mitchell versus the Machines?
Yes.
One of the best anime movies like the last 5 years.
It's so good.
Yes.
Great Furby scene in that movie.
Yeah.
By the way, before we start, Zach, have you finished off Win or Lose?
Yes.
So friggin' good.
It was fantastic.
So good.
Yes.
Did you watch the documentary of the making of?
I have not yet. No.
You need to.
Yep.
You need to.
It's on my list of things to do. But I
got
got sucked into.
My 7-year-old was enthralled by the documentary.
Nice. I'll have to do that with the boys then, because they were like really excited when it first came out.
Yeah.
And so we sat down and watched it together, and it was fantastic.
Oh my! It's a Win or Lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ian's here. What did you think of Win or Lose?
What's up, Ian?
Oh yeah, Win or Lose was really good. Sorry, I was trying to process.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
Really good. So good. Especially if you have kids. Your kids will love it too. You will love it because of the intertwining and the different it's so good. But let's let Joey run this.
We're still letting people join. Okay, we're at 12. All right, I think that's what's going to be good tonight. We're at 12.
Do they make Furbies anymore? I don't think
hope
they
not.
make Furbies anymore.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
They have to. I don't know.
Yeah.
They have to, otherwise
Emily
Joey
asked
Ryan.
what a Furby was, and I said it was something that just was like rock hard and didn't stop crying.
So Joey.
Or those what were the pocket eggs that people had?
Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
Well, this show is after dark, isn't it? Oh my god.
Oh my God. feel like the chat didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Joey, I'm sure we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. How'd your meeting with JL go today?
Meeting? No, we chatted on the phone for like an hour. Like it's just good to catch up.
He's the best.
Was
he walking his dog?
No, he wasn't. But
Oh.
I feel like the amount of people in this industry that like code, do content, like run business side stuff, like do all of that, like it's a very limited group. So like there are certain things you can that you talk about that you're like, I feel like no one will understand. Like coding something for 8 hours that seems like the smallest change on a site that is so big and important, but no one will ever understand. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's just.
I'm glad you found somebody to talk about that with, because I was tired of hearing about it.
I know. I just, yeah. I'll post.
I usually just nod my head because I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I'll post the executive board. I just did this thing that took me an hour that normally should have taken 2 days. You have no idea what I just did. Luckily, Bob and Russ and are really, really supportive. And good job, Scott.
I just try to match his intensity. However happy he is, that's how happy I am for him.
Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start on this one.
Trivia's about to start in.
Yep.
Are you done with the duct tape with whatever you were gonna do?
Oh man, I don't know how quick I made these questions. I did this back fast. I'm gonna have to answer quick, folks. What year was the first Furby released? 95, 98, 2001.
Oh, I got it wrong. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. I knew it and I pressed the wrong one.
Let's see. It was 1998. Furbies were released in 1998. How about that?
100% were.
Let's take a look at the podium.
It's not me because I knew it and I pressed the wrong one.
Yeah, let's just give that hat away to whoever wins this game.
Let's do it.
Sounds good to me. So DM VRBRD. If that is your license plate, you probably have tolls you haven't paid for. So get those taken care of. Danny Ann's in here. Love seeing Danya. Question 2. What is the name of the language that Furbies originally speak before they got to learning English? Was it Furbish, Furblish, Furry Talk, or Furglish? It was Furbish. He spoke some Furbish.
I feel like there's going to be a whole lot of guessing going on here.
Yeah, well.
I am not guessing well.
Random wild card.
I wonder if these are in reference to what I said very quickly.
All right. Oh, podium's changing. Danny Ann is up in there. He's joined us for some Trivia Night Lives.
Yeah, Danny Ann.
Frank in the chat. He's been there for every one of them. Not Frank in the chat is also here and is beating Frank in the chat.
House.
Don't you hate it when you're imposters?
House. Is that the same house that comes to Vegas SFB Live? I booked my trip the other day.
Ooh, there's going to be a Vegas SFB Live?
There will be a Vegas SFB.
I might have to fly in for that one.
Yeah, you might have to.
I wonder if we could get some like trivia going or something there. That'd be kind of fun.
A trivia at Vegas Live? I don't know. Aaron, what do you think?
Well, I think it sounds pretty cool. I'll talk to some people. All right. When I was in Vegas last, I went to a Game of Thrones themed steakhouse and I ate a steak with a flaming chalice of alcohol. It was incredible. It was, and the whole restaurant was lit by candlelight. It was a great experience. Let me cut my sword, steak with a sword. All right, let's look at the next question. Which toy company created the Furby? Was it Mattel, Hasbro, Tiger Electronics, or Whammo?
I think it was the other one. This one.
It was Tiger Electronics.
I have to trust myself. I could have gotten all of these right, and I'm like, no, it's probably this.
Ian put a Cena sucks thing on his shirt.
That's what the duct tape was for.
I'm proud of you, Ian. You've grown a lot since we first had you watching wrestling. Yeah, it's when I do garage trivia, I don't get to have the second monitor, so I actually have to look at the game board the whole time. So got to point things out to me. Good job, Ian. Proud of you. How's the chat doing? Verbalicious. That's right, they are. What we like to hear.
And yeah, Tiger Electronics did make handheld.
They
did. One of my favorite Tiger games when I was a kid was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one. God,
That's a good one.
So
I had the Lion King one, I think.
Yep. There was a Batman one too.
Mm-hmm. Like sometimes they were green and black, sometimes they were white and black.
Yep.
Hours upon hours upon hours on those things.
Yeah. All right. Going into our fourth question. Dan Yan. He knows all about Furby. He's probably playing with a Furby right now.
Dan Yan is actually a Furby.
Could be.
He's a real life human sized Furby.
Did you know that Furby was the first AI? Next question.
Furbies were banned from which location due to concerns they might record sensitive information? The Pentagon, the White House, NASA headquarters, or the FBI headquarters. All this JFK assassination info has actually come from a Furby. But yeah, you weren't allowed to have Furbies in the Pentagon.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have some Pentagon highballs that you can't order that you can buy in the Pentagon store.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are they in the shape of Pentagons?
No, they got like stuff. They got like official White House or not White House, Pentagon stuff on them. But my brother-in-law was an Army Ranger.
Oh, cool.
He got them.
That's cool.
Yep.
All right. We're going to the last question. But first, let's look at the podium. Dan Yan's holding strong, and he's got a 900-point lead, so it's going to be hard to knock him off his throne unless he gets the question wrong, which he very well could because these are Furby questions, and those are hard, I think. All right. Last question, folks. What was the name of the Furby-inspired toy line that resembled Gremlins and was released in 1999? Was it Yarkos, Shelby's, Furblings, or Gizmos?
Best guess. Yeah.
Two people got it right. It was the Shelby. The Shelby.
I have never heard of that, so I don't believe it's true.
Well, it must be true because I guessed it right.
There you go. Let's see. Looking at the podium in third place, DMBRBRD. In second place, Brian Adkins. And in first place,
it's got to be Dan Yan.
It's Dan Yan.
Nice.
Congratulations. Well, go ahead and find me on the old Twitter.
Well, I mean, Gizmo was the name.
Was the actual Gremlin?
Was the actual like Gremlin? I'm gonna call him the Gremlin precursor.
A Mogwai.
The Mogwai. Yeah. And I feel like in the 80s and 90s we called things that were technological that we didn't have a name for just Gizmos.
Gizmos, yeah. That's true. Wow.
Or doohickeys.
Yeah. Doohickeys. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Whatchamacallits.
And then widgets actually became a thing.
Well, then whatchamacallits was a great candy bar.
Yeah.
Good job, Danielle. Find me on Twitter. Send me a DM, and we'll get you all set up with everything you need to put football guys on your head. You could actually order this hat that I'm just wearing that we've actually not released in the store yet, but it's like one of those golfer rope hats. I ordered a test one, and I like it a lot. And it looks like a Seattle Mariners hat.
Yeah, I like that color.
Boys in the Navy.
It's good.
Cool.
I like it. Yeah, I do think you should potentially think about buying a ticket to Vegas or going to Vegas for that.
I think I will.
I want to blow that. I would love to blow that up. Have it be a really, really cool event. I talked to Derek Stevens last year about, and about having an all day, like just draft after draft, 10 drafts. God, it would be so incredible. One of the most super chill billionaires you'll ever meet in your life. He's like, you could meet him at any SFB live event and just be like, just a regular guy there. You'd never know.
I have had.
I kind of think that's.
I would love to meet. I've never met a billionaire before.
I've met 2, which is
More than most.
weird. If I had a nickel for each one, I would have 2 nickels, but that's weird, right?
When we were at FSGA, I think you were standing there, Bob. I know Scott was. Jamie Gold, he won like the World Series of Poker. Just like walked up and started talking to us. And took me like, I don't know, like a good 2 minutes of like, why do I know who this guy is? And then he saw me, recognize who he was, and he ghosted all of us. I was like, oh. No, I didn't say acknowledge, like, you're Jamie Gold. Yeah.
Some people.
You ruined it.
I think I did. He's like, he knows, and now I must leave. Probably because he wasn't allowed to be in sports books anymore.
No, maybe.
When is the Vegas one, Scott?
Bob, are we allowed to say this?
Well, we don't really know the answer yet.
We do know the answer.
Yeah, we do. I mean, sure.
I feel like we do, right, Bob? Like I don't feel like.
Yeah, I say yeah, you can. I mean, it's not that date's not changing. It's just not. Yeah, the date's not changing. That's when we got the place.
I cannot imagine any situation where the date changes because that's the only date that works, unless we. Yeah. So.
Correct. There's a UFC fight the weekend after.
Yep. So the Vegas one is June 21st. So, Aaron, I know you like to fly out for that one. You did last year.
Breaking news. Breaking SFB news, and nobody knows.
That's the problem, is that out of nowhere a Conor McGregor fight popped up last year the same day as SFB Live. So we're avoiding it. We're gonna steal the owner's suite for the whole day for ourselves. So
that's cool.
Yeah. It'll be a good time. Nope.
No, somebody else is there.
You can go to the Sphere while you're there if you want.
I don't recommend it. Who's going to be there that day? That's why.
Who's going to be there?
Kenny Chesney.
Oh, okay.
And I have a history with him, and I don't know. JL Garofalo, we mentioned earlier, says I should go bury the hatchet with Kenny Chesney.
I don't know, man. Once a guy sleeps with your wife, it's tough to bury the hatchet on that.
Scott, do you know what happened with Kenny Chesney?
I actually don't. I was totally.
Yeah, my girlfriend spent some time on Kenny Chesney's tour bus, and I broke up with her after it hapappened.
Okay.
Wow. In Tallahassee.
Okay. I was totally joking, and it was somewhat close. So.
Yeah, very funny stuff. So he's got. I looked. I was like, "Cool, 21st. Let me see who's going to be at the Sphere." And I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" I was hoping Pearl Jam was going to do a residency there because they're going to be in Vegas. I was hoping they're going to hop over to the Sphere, but they didn't.
Oh, wow, that's.
We need to get the Fishbowl logo on the Sphere. I bet we can get that done.
Well, oh my God, that'd be crazy. We got it on Circa's Stadium swim boards. They did that for us. But geez,
they can do it. Russ, can you get that done for us?
I can.
I know you can.
But he won't.
I feel like you're the man that
I
makes
won't. Physically, yeah, we could, because anyone can.
Do we have to give up more stuff? Because I have stuff. If we want to give out stuff, like I have this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who that is? Joey.
Steven Jackson.
Yep.
That was my guess, Steven Jackson. Again, it's Myles Garrett. He just signed a new contract.
Want to give out this one?
Which one's that? I can't see it. The Dak?
Micah.
Oh no. The name's not showing. Oh, Micah
Parsons.
Parsons.
Cowboys 11.
Mhm.
Parsons. Ooh, here's one we should give away. That's a sweet one.
T-Law. Herb. TJ. What? Dude, how many of these you still got?
Way too many.
I've got an unopened one.
Bob's got all the same ones I do.
Justin
Aiden,
Hutchinson.
Do I?
Oh, let me see. I found a memory box. This next thing, and I found the Jaguars cheerleader program.
Wow.
But inside, I remember I met some Jaguars players, and I'm gonna try to remember who they are. Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember one of them was Justin Forsett.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
Sheriff. The sheriff.
yeah. Ian, I'm gonna send you this cheerleader. Oh, the cheerleader signed it too. Stacy and Jennifer,
Ooh.
Chloe.
Ian has met a lot of Vikings cheerleaders
How? When?
at the Halloween events.
So like 2.
No, there's 2 at each station.
What? Now I'm confused.
Ah. Should we give away one of these or 2 of these mini Funkos and let people choose?
Sure.
Russ?
I'll pull up a wheel.
I do have a baseball Funko that got returned to me that maybe I'll try to contact that guy, but maybe
All
we'll
right,
wait till
so-
the Phillies baseball show.
That's next Wednesday.
What word should people type in the chat to get entered for a chance to win one of your mini Funkos?
They should
All right,
probably
NCAA.
they should probably get their choice of 2 of them because it always feels weird sending one.
All right, type the word mini, M-I-N-I, into the chat, and you will be entered onto the wheel to choose or pick 2 of those mini Funkos that we just went through.
Ian, what is the highest seed you have going the deepest?
What do you mean by highest? Like the good
No,
seed,
like a 13 seed. Sorry, the lowest seed.
So like double digit seed you're saying?
Yeah, double digit seed. Do you have any double digit seeds making an Elite 8 appearance?
Don't say
mean,
this.
Type
I don't
mini
know.
in the chat,
Say this yet.
M-I-N-I.
That's a
Oh,
horrible pick.
okay.
I don't like it.
Which ones do you like? How about,
All
how about
right,
Sweet
I'll say it.
16? How about Sweet 16? Drake?
I'll say it.
You have
Yep.
Drake in Sweet 16
Yep.
over St. John's?
Yep.
Drake over St. John's.
I have an insane defense. Their defense is
Insane
absolutely
defense,
awesome.
but St. John's, man, they're like the top 3-point shooting team in the country. One of them, anyway.
All right, I should say it. I have a double digit seed in the Final Four. New Mexico, the 10 seed.
Oh.
No trust in Michigan State
I thought that they were gonna
and Iowa State.
Yeah, I thought that they were going to. I was gonna have them lose in the second round, but once I got to them facing Iowa State, I'm like, I need a team to beat Iowa State because Iowa State to me they don't deserve the 3 seed. They commit a turnover once on every 5 possessions.
Oh,
Absolutely.
you did do your homework.
And I forgot what number it was, but it was in the 60s. I think it might have been like 69th in like defensive efficiency. Like, Defense isn't very good either. I just needed a team to beat Iowa State.
Jeremy drops in here. Also, Iowa State has
Yep,
injuries.
yep, that's right. Iowa State has injuries too. And when I got to
They've got a cool mascot name too, the Lobos. You just want them to win.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
It's better than the Zippers.
Oh, why we hate on Akron?
We had a big talk about them before, trying to figure out what the Zippers were, and we
It's
found
a
out.
kangaroo.
Well, that's their logo. But apparently, Zippers was because of shoes.
Oh,
a pair of galoshes had like zippers on them.
Akron Shoe Factory or whatever. Or something.
I bought that shirt, the Akron Zip shirt. This is Akron.
I used to do that when I was in college. I would buy like minor league baseball hats. Like I had a fighting squirrels hat and stuff.
Their logos were so much better than the pros.
Yeah,
100%.
Always. All right, let's spin this wheel.
Now that I'm an old, I don't do that. But when I was young, yeah, I had a lot of college.
Now that you're an old,
yeah.
When we were in Vegas, I went into that. I went into the lids there. There's some really good logos.
Oh, Frank just missing out. Congratulations, Anne. And you are the last person in and the winner. You get to choose 2 of the mini Funkos that Scott was flashing around before.
Do you remember them, Anne? Do you need a refresher? And I sent the Derek Carr Funko too. Previously.
Now you could choose, what is it? Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, TJ
If I remember
Watt,
correctly, Anne is a Saints fan living in Texas.
Trevor Lawrence,
Micah
Micah Parsons, Lamar Jackson.
Yes. I can do them.
CJ
Stroud. I have actually played the golf course.
Jackson, Parsons, Watt, Garrett, Hurts, Lawrence, Hutchinson, Herbert. There's a lot of them.
Joey B. You get 2 of them, man.
Of course she wants Joey B. Right.
I have actually played the golf course in Ann's town.
Look at him.
The only reason I recognize it because I sent something, but I have been there.
Horrible show of sportsmanship.
Was that the Xavier team?
Yeah,
and CJ
Stroud.
This guy in Texas got injured. And then,
Good. I hope they lose.
And then all the Xavier people started laughing.
What the?
Since we announced Vegas, I pulled up the original Vegas video to show from a couple years ago.
Sorry, my son just pointed out that a Texas player got injured, and his Xavier bench was laughing at him.
Oh, that's messed up.
I'm like, good, you can lose if that's your sportsmanship.
Yeah,
go ahead and lose.
Hi, Maisie. Thanks for watching.
Joey B, CJ Stroud. All right. All right, I'll set these aside.
All right. I don't know about you fellas, but I'm fading fast.
I'm not fading at all, but we can call it night.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm up.
I'm getting there soon. I overdid it today. I got my staples out yesterday on my knee, and Harrison has, my youngest, who's 9, has baseball tryouts on Sunday, and so I had my wife set up the screen, and I went out and sat in a chair and did soft toss and tees, and then coached him through pitching, and I did too much. I should not have done that. I should be on the couch with my leg up.
You should be on the couch with your leg up as long as you can be. You're allowed to be.
Oh, I think I got dispensation from work to work from home through May, like May 5th or something like that. So that's good. Wow.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I mean, he was so excited about going out to hit and was like, I was like, yeah, I got you. So we did some tease and toss while I was in the chair, but man, she's singing tonight.
I started working out about a week ago because every time I get up to 45, 244 range, I'm 6'3", so 244, 245 range. I'm like, I'm my best at 215. That's where I want to be. So every time I get up there, I'm like, I need to lose weight, and I drop down to 230, and I'm like, okay, I'm halfway there. I can loosen up a little, and then I gain it back. It's a vicious cycle, but I hit that 245 last week, 244 last week, and I'm back down to 235 now. I've been working out again, but I'm feeling it every day because you're working out every day, and you're not. I haven't done it in months, so I'm feeling it.
The little, you know how you have your health app on your phone?
Yeah.
So my health app, this past Monday, all of a sudden pings me, and it says, "There's been a change to your activity level. You're walking 14,000 fewer steps a day." I'm like, yeah, because I'm walking like 138 steps a day now.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, mine makes sure I'm okay when I'm leaving the hotel to go to Disney, because that's more action than doing one day.
That's like my wife when
are you sure you're okay?
When we're at Disney, it'll ping her and be like, "Are you on an outdoor walk? Like what are you doing?"
All the time. It says, "Are you okay? Is this been stolen?"
Russ, you can go.
I was about to say, I'm about to go. Good night, everybody. I'll talk to everybody later. Thank you,
play
everybody.
the Vegas thing for Russ.
Good night, Russ.
Outro.
Yeah. I think Ian would love Stadium Swim, but it's 21 plus to get into Circa. Yeah. So
I like anytime you get a chance to play some of the old videos, because there's tons of them and they're only good for a year.
We should work on making them a little more general so they can be used for multiple years.
How do you do that when it says SFB 13, 12, 10?
I don't know. I don't know.
You just do one. You do SFB and then you do a frame with the number that you can like cut and then add the frame back in for the next one.
I bet it could, but new stuff's always fun.
You're just like Scott, Fish, Bowl, and then the number.
Yeah. I'll just have you voice it over.
I can do that.
We haven't talked about any of Scott's sleepers.
I don't really have sleepers. I actually didn't do a bracket this year. I had Malcolm do a bracket. Ian did both men's and women's for our bracket challenge, but I didn't do my own bracket, to be honest. So I didn't get in on it this year. I can tell you, we're about $60 away from last year's totals. Getting close. This Texas Xavier game just tied it up on a 65-65 with 8 minutes.
Yeah, they've hit a couple threes in a row here.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a good one. I'm probably going to stay up and watch it now.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely.
What do you
I'm
think, guys?
invested into the game.
We want to call it? We want to let people go watch the Texas game or go to bed or whatever?
I mean,
I still got whiskey left, but
we could. Or
this is one of my favorite things about my kids is they love fruit. Ian, what do you have here?
Blueberries.
That's his snack.
Nice.
His snack is blueberries.
Nice.
They love fruits.
Emmy does this. Emmy loves eating apples.
Yes, that's Malcolm. Malcolm loves sliced apples.
Apples and dried cranberries are another one.
Interesting. Okay.
Like
We
instead of
grow
raisins, you get the box of cranberries.
No.
I don't know that my
Raisins,
kids
right?
have had too many
Raisins.
cranberries. We grow blackberries, wild berries, raspberries, and strawberries in our yard. We grow them. So they get a whole bunch of fresh ones of those. So we don't generally buy too many berries. We do buy these organic blueberries, but not too many.
You're lucky. Berries are
It's not
quite
season. It's
expensive,
not season for them, so we have to grow.
but it's pretty expensive to get berries.
Yeah. Luckily, we grow a lot of them. That's the majority of what we grow.
Exactly. I think.
I think we should call it. It's been a good night.
Okay, sounds good.
And Zach froze.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm just
froze, or that's just his natural position that he's.
That's it. I'm just struggling a little bit right now. I got my knee is sore tonight.
I'm sorry, man.
That's okay. I mean, it is what it is. It's better. I'd rather be here and doing this tonight than just sitting here and having it be sore. It's a lot better to be having fun and sharing things with the chat and you guys. So
Yep, for sure. And we the high today was 41. We had a little bit of snow a little bit earlier today. Like nothing that stuck, but yeah, we had a little bit of snow today. So
see, we were almost 50 today, and our snow is gone. But this is the first time I've been outside in 2 weeks.
Our snow is also gone. We just had some flakes like midday or whatever, but it didn't stick. So
All right, so you want me to play it out here?
Play it out. Let's call it a night. Fantasy Care.